Hey, it's me, Hannah. I've been staring at this fabric for months. I thrifted the end of this bolt a while back and I need to do something with it now. I've also been meaning to try my hand at something that I can only best describe as a corseted overdress, a sort of front lace bodice with an open skirt in I guess a Jacobean or Renaissance style. Though it could fall under a Tudor kirtle or petticoat. I don't know. Once again, this isn't a fashion history channel. But feel free to drop a comment if you know. Basically, I want to make a version of what you would expect to see if you search for a dress to wear to Ren Fair. Less cheap Halloween costume and more Victorian pirate badass wench. Just like what any young lady would want. I decided to self-draft the pattern using the duct tape method again. So I drafted the bodice of this corseted overdress and I will simply add a skirt to the bottom. Easy, right? We'll see. Well, I've already cut out the pattern pieces, so let's get to sewing. Nice. So I still have to add of course, the eyelets and the ribbons to secure everything, and also map out and place the boning channels, and of course insert the boning. And then I can turn my attention to the skirt. So I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do the skirt. I know I want it to be voluminous and have, a little extra volume at the waist. So obviously I'm going to need to gather it in some capacity. However, I don't know if I want to do a circle skirt or do panels or just do a rectangle that's gathered really, really tight. So I might have to play around with that and just kind of see where I land. But first things first, let's get the bodice boned. But first things first, let's go ahead and map out where we're going to put the boning channels and then get the bodice boned. Let's add boning to the bodice. So now I'm onto the skirt. I wasn't sure how I wanted to do this. I didn't know if I wanted to do panels or a circle skirt. I want some volume to come up off the skirt, off the waistline. And I know that I will likely be wearing this skirt underneath, and likely like kind of a billowy top as well. This skirt is 35 inches long, so I have cut out a rectangle that is 36 inches long for 1/2 inch seams on the top and bottom. My plan is to sew together the rectangles to get clean seams on all sides except for the top, and then gather the top, connect that to the bodice, and then somehow encase the raw edges into the bias tape that would go on the bottom of the bodice. Am I sure that this will work? No. Am I going to take some scrap fabric and mock it up? No. Let's see how it works. Ta-da! I am so very pleased with how this turned out. It is exactly what I had in mind. The fabric is beautiful. I think it fits this design, this style so perfectly. So happy. I'm 100% going to be making more of these in the future. One for every one of my friends that I dragged to Ren Fair. I think the only thing I still need to iron out a little bit is the bottom bias tape binding. It's a little wonky, but because I used the fabric to make the bias tape, it does kind of blend in really nicely, and you can barely notice. Maybe a little on the back, but that's none of my business. I don't really have anything to wear this corseted overdress to, no events coming up, at least until the Maryland Renaissance Fair, so Until then, I suppose I'll just lounge about the house wearing this, looking like a, I don't know, kind of a badass pirate, kind of a Jacobean wench of some sort. I'm not sure what it is that I'm trying to look like, but I've done it. I look the way that I wanted to look. I'm still not exactly sure what it is that this style of dress is, so if you know, please drop a comment, help educate me. But I'm feeling confident about my ability to, you know, take a design and turn it into something tangible that I can wear. If you're planning to go to the fair, please let me know, especially if you're planning to recreate this look for it. Again, the pattern will be on my website, available for download if you are interested. It was relatively easy, especially since I had done the hard part before. I've made a corset before. But most importantly, I had a lot of fun making it. And if you had as much fun as I did, it would mean the world to me if you would like and subscribe. And if you do, I will see you in 2 weeks for my next video. Take care.